Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for being here with me. All right, so let's get started. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and light the candle. We have a cream. Fell over. Hold on. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it good and stuck to the tray so that it doesn't fall over. I'm just so grateful to have this space to for my creative process. It's cool. Let's get this. Today we have a cream candle. Just represents, so we have our protection called in. I have my protection amulet, so you can see what's around my neck, and this cool lighter I have here. From my good friend Michael he is the quartermaster. It's the name of his store. It's really cool. I'm burning the white sage incense again today. Okay, so let's start with the prayer. All right, so I invite in my higher self to be here with me for the next 24 hours. Thank you, higher self, for being here with me. And I invite in the higher selves of anyone who is listening. And I invite, for the collective, I invite people to tap into their higher selves to get that wonderful cosmic understanding and viewpoint of the world, okay? I invite in the Most High to be here with us. Consciousness, when I talk about cosmic consciousness, it's sort of talking about the consciousness of the Most High. So now is the time to put in your special prayer request. Thank you, Most High, for hearing our prayers, and just thank you for redirecting us if we need to be redirected. I invite in the ancestors to be here with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you, ancestors, for being here with us. Thank you for guiding us along the path. Thank you for teaching us what we need to know. I invite in any unconditionally loving spirit guides that want to be here with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Osiris is a new unconditionally loving spirit guide who I have been connecting with greatly. So just thank you, Osiris, for being here with me for the next 24 hours. As I rise from the ashes like a phoenix. All right, thank you. And finally, I invited my guardian angels to be here with me for the next 24 hours, and I invited the guardian angels of anyone else who is listening to be here with them for the next 24 hours. Thank you for keeping us safe, healthy, and sane. All right, so let's get started. I'm having a bit of well, let's just say I slept in today, and anyway, just been doing my thing in my gorgeous home. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. So let's tap in. What is the energy for this day, this full moon? What is this eclipse teaching us? Okay, all right, we have some good cards flipping over, but let's just get one. Let's just get one for the overall energy of this full moon eclipse. Solar eclipse, I believe. What is the overall energy here? I just want to say I do feel a beautiful rebirth for many of us. Okay, we are experiencing a beautiful rebirth this full moon. Rising, we are the phoenix rising from the ashes this full moon. Just definitely phoenix rising from the ashes is a big theme, okay, of this beautiful full moon. All right, but let's get the tarot. Okay, we have, this is my wonderful Dulak, this beautiful artist. So here we have X. Yeah, what's up, X? We're on X. Yes, we are. I'm doing live on X. I watched my live stream from yesterday for my gratitude, but So I just do have to say, so there is a beautiful cosmic consciousness. I want to say one thing I am very grateful for in my life. I'm grateful for myself because I have a beautiful cosmic understanding of things. So I really understand that nothing is personal. Absolutely nothing we go through is personal. It feels personal on Earth, but that is an illusion. So, and when you have that type of understanding of the impersonality of the universe and what happens to us in our daily life, it liberates you. It gives you a beautiful freedom. Okay, gives you a beautiful freedom. All right, so let's see. What is the Egyptian god? What do the Egyptian gods? Who wants to come out and show up for us on this beautiful full moon, September 7th, 2025? I'm feeling very strong universal love today. I'm feeling a very strong feeling of universal love on this day. So let's see. What Egyptian god? What do we need to understand from the Egyptian gods about this universal love? Okay, we have okay, Ra, enlightening, card number 1. Okay, so this is welcome into my universal love frequency. You're welcome to be here. I accept each and every one of you. My haters, I love you. All right, I see you, I hear you, I feel your pain. Okay, Ra, enlightening. First, sun god, he who rises up, climbing high in the sky. Life and prosperity come from the sun and its heat. Its symbol is the eye of Ra, also associated with the meaning of the third eye. The energy of Ra is vital, the source of creative growth. This deity instills clarity and transparency. There is nothing to fear under the influence of Ra. He helps you to heal wounds and restore lost harmony, but with action. Above all, he advises you to abandon the subterfuges of the moon and to act boldly in the full day of light. The truth will set you free. Today is Liberation Day. Yes, it is. Liberation Day. So, I just, so there's one thing I've really come to accept about myself recently, and that is that I am a beautiful woman. Okay. Do you know how dangerous it is to be a beautiful woman? You know the power I hold as a beautiful woman? I hold great power. Shout out to all my other beautiful people out there. And beautiful men too, yes. Beauty is a great power, but especially as a beautiful woman, we are very dangerous just because of who we are, because of the power we hold. So I call the collective to step into their beautiful woman power, even if you're a man, okay? Because it's a power, it is a strength, okay? So I call for the collective to step into that, all right? And I do have to say, so I was thinking if I had to have a tagline for my tarot and oracle, if I had to have kind of like a byline at the top of my tarot and oracle resume, that would be kind of a fun thing to do. Let me write that down. Make a specifically tarot, my shaman qualifications. If I had to have a tagline at the top, it would be I specialize in making grown men cry. I specialize in making grown men cry because anyway, so let me interrupt this little thought. So this is going to be a direct message from your special person. You know who your special person is to you, okay? You know who your special person is to you. It could be a family member, it could be a love interest, it could be a spirit guide, it could be a guardian angel. So take a moment right now to who is your special person. This is a direct message from them to you. Okay, so here we have, it was the same message from yesterday. Interesting. 2, The High Priestess card. It says, I'm starting to see more clearly the lies and the masks of those around me. It's sad, but at least I can also see the gifts of our connection. Okay. Same message. Okay. So now we're going to get a card from the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. Whew. I know anyway. So, okay, let me talk about this. Let me talk a little bit. This does tie into my power as a beautiful woman. So basically, this was a while back, but I had a friend, and he was like he was a man who was probably like 20 to 25 years older than me, probably about 20 years older than me, and we had met through, I'm in sobriety. Anyway, we had met through AA, and he was just a really kind individual. He just had a very kind, he had a real kindness to him. And, or nice guy, okay? And I did a tarot reading for him outside of the picnic tables. I think he was going into it, he thought it was going to be kind of like sexy, flirty, because that's, like, as a beautiful woman, so people they either vastly underestimate me, okay? Or because I'm also like gonna beat your ass intellectually. Okay, so people either vastly underestimate me, okay, or they handicap. Like, they feel the need to like come in and give me a big handicap. Like, literally. Like, they basically do like try to murder me or try to physically harm me so that I'm handicapped. Okay. Like I said, what does the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous have to tell us about this day? This full moon day of universal love and rebirth. Okay. Oof. Yes, I'm actually really glad this card came out. Okay, so we have Vengeance. The Arinyas. This especially nerdy week, 7 days. I might actually do 14 days of extreme nerdiness with my tarot. But hold on. Okay, where's the book? I'm actually really hard the Arinyas came out. I'm very happy about this. Alright, not this book. Here it is, right there. I got it. It was hiding in plain sight. Ooh, hiding in plain sight. That's going to be a specific message for someone. Okay, so we have the Arinyas. Okay, but anyway. All right, I'll get back to my story about specializing in making grown men cry in a second. Hold on. Okay, so we have the Arinyas. Vengeance. Says, revenge can feel good for a time, but it is a hollow victory. Allow yourself to leave a cycle of negativity. Justice will be done. Only you can choose to forgive someone else. You may or may not choose to forgive someone of their transgression, but you forgive for yourself and not for others. So the duality of this card is vengeance and reprieve, forgiveness and blame. Says, the Arinyas, or the Furies for the Romans, were frightening and punishing female goddesses who tortured or invoked other vengeances on those who deserved it. The Arinyas, by some descriptions, had terrible voices and could fly, while some described them as maidens and others dark crones. They were some of the most ancient of beings, having come into existence before the Olympian pantheon of Greece. The Arinyas have an interesting but bloodthirsty creation myth. Many ancient stories illustrate a repeated pattern of the masculine fearing being usurped by the children, especially the sons. This legend depicts the archetypal mother Gaia, earth, and father Oranos, sky. Oranos becomes convinced that his sons will do him harm eventually, so he preempts this and puts them in prison and thinks of killing them. Gaia is pained by Oranos' imprisonment of her sons and decides he has to be stopped. She creates a sharp sickle made of flint and encourages her Titan sons to seek revenge in their freedom, but only one is willing to try. Cronus, Time, aka Time, who is ambitious and wishes to be as powerful as his father, agrees to castrate Oranos. Gaia promises to make love with Oranos to get him into a vulnerable position, but instead he is surprised by Cronus, who castrates him. with blood flowing everywhere. Ugh. The spilled blood forms the avenging Arinas, the Gigantes, and the Meliae, or aka the ash tree nymphs. Interesting. The Arinas represent screaming vengeance, and specifically vengeance upon men who do not keep their word and who harm or kill women. Matricide was especially something that the Arinas would punish. The dark crimes committed against women, and later this extended to children and the aged, would be avenged by the Arinas, and it is said that many men who were not punished by legal means were sent mad by them. The Arinas were also later called the kindly ones, because many saw them as positive forces for justice. Wow. Well, I think that the story here kind of explains itself. So you have plant companion nettle, crystal companion rhodonite. All right, so I just want to say that for any men out there who are listening, who have wronged women, the Arinas are here, okay? The kindly ones. The kindly ones, as they were later called, okay? Because, you know, like, I have found for me that, like, when I step back and remove my energy, that's, like, the most powerful thing I can do, okay? To, quote-unquote, get revenge on someone. And the thing is I'm full of universal love, so I'm not looking to get revenge on people. But therefore, it's like, I'm saying, like, spirit, I have a spirit team that acts on my behalf. I don't ask them to act. I'm like, no, I just want love here. I just want universal love. And they're just like, step back, get out of the way. Like, let us come in and do what we need to do. Because, remember, this is Earth School, okay? The only reason any of us are on Earth is to learn lessons, okay? Learning lessons is rarely feels good, okay? And even if it feels amazing, it comes with the downside. The more amazing it feels, okay, the worse the downside is, okay? So, like, I just want the whole, like, yes, Ed Zitron, like, I shout out to Ed Zitron, like, he is right, like this. Remember, the only thing that never stops growing, aka being positive, is a cancer cell, okay? So, all right, this card just jumped out at me. This has been like the prime, this card has come out for me every day. This is the 4th day I'm doing this with these decks, and this Serapis Bay is here, Ascension, all right? I know for me personally, I am undergoing a big spiritual ascension right now. It doesn't feel nearly as bad as ones I went through in the past, but this is a pretty epic one, and there's the negative, you know, on the earth plane, it is devastating, but because I have a cosmic universal view, and I understand that all of this is impersonal, it's just, I understand this ascension is just helping me tap into greater joy. Like, the better it gets, the better it gets. Like, I'm knowing now the greatest joy that I've ever felt and known in my life as well, okay? So we have Serapis Bay Ascension. It says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. Nice. The light is here. The light is here. All right. Ain't that the truth? Okay. And so since we have the light is here, so let's get a message from the Inferno. All right, Dante. What is your message for me and the collective who are listening, anyone who's listening now? What is your message for us today? Yeah. What is your message for me and the collective today? For us, what is your message for us today? Okay. Oh, eternal embrace. Oh. Okay, sweet. All right, I'm not going to show this card because it has breasts on it. But, by the way, There's nothing wrong with your naked body. I just want you to know that. I just want you to love your naked body so much, okay? And I want you to love the naked bodies of others, okay? This is actually how we end, like, human trafficking, is by learning to honor first our own naked bodies and then practicing honoring the naked bodies of others, okay? This is actually the root of how we heal sex trafficking, okay? So it says, eternal embrace. When how the smile, long wearied for, reread, was kissed by him who loved like none before. This one, who henceforth never leaves me, laid a kiss on my mouth, trembling the while all over. Canto 5, Dante, from the Inferno. It says, the journey. Dante encounters the souls of Francesca and Paolo, star-crossed lovers. In life, Francesca was married to Paolo's brother, and when their affair was revealed, he had the pair of them killed. Divination. While most of the souls Dante meets curse their fate and wish they could take back the actions that have landed them in hell, this is not the case with these two lost lovers. It is clear that their love, while illicit, was genuine. This card suggests that at this time there is some person or cause from which you should not waver, no matter how difficult or trying the experience may be. Though you may know suffering for your steadfastness, the experience has something yet to teach you. Two may find balance where one falter. Okay, so this is just a very specific message. For me it is. But also, if you're wondering if there's like a connection, a love, romantic, star-crossed lover type situation in your life, which you're wondering if you should let go of or hold fast to it. Okay? It's not meant to be let go of at this time. So keep investing in it, keep working towards it, okay? That's a very clear answer. All right, so let's tap in. What is the alchemical process that we need to hear? We need to know about this full moon, this epic full moon day, September 7th. What is it? What is the alchemical process of this full moon, September 7th, 2025? What is the alchemical process? What is the alchemical process? I know, I could just feel in my brain, let's say if we're using the symbol of like a computer for my brain, like my brain is undergoing a serious system upgrade and a serious debugging. That is like the theme of for me this full moon, but alchemically. But let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. Okay. That's what the eclipse energy is for me. It's a debugging and upgrade. Okay. So, but let's see. That's the alchemy that's happening. But let's see as a collective what we need to hear. Okay, elixir of life. Sounds about right. Elixir of life, aka debug and upgrade. Elixir of life, aka debug and upgrade. Okay, I just had another download. So, for those of us who are like, for people like me and who sort of identify with having a greater mission and have a cosmic understanding of things, like we are meant to teach and lead others, and the best way you teach is by example. Okay, so just know that. All right, just know that. Elixir of life, Philosopher's Stone. Embrace life fully, but remember to find balance and rest when needed. Affirmation, I embrace every day as if it's my last, so I live life to the fullest. Live your best life. You can have the time of your life at any age if only you embrace life to the fullest. Life isn't just to be lived by the young. If you look after yourself and get into good habits, then the world is your oyster. If you haven't been feeling so great lately, feeling a little tired or run down, take some time out. Get out in the fresh air. Do some exercise. The endorphins will spur you on and uplift you. Ain't that the truth? Amen. Encouraging you to create better habits. You can put this newfound energy into living life to the fullest. Don't end up overdoing it. Life is full of ebbs and flows, and it's okay to take time out to recharge and take care of yourself. I slept in today, and I felt good. I was taking care of myself. Take care of yourself before life's next big adventure, all right? So, if things are slowing down for you, just know there's going to be a great, wonderful adventure on your horizon you're going to experience the greatest joy you've ever experienced in your life, all right? Get out in the fresh air, do some exercise. The endorphins will spur you on and uplift you, encouraging you to create better habits. You can put this newfound energy into living life to the fullest. Don't end up overdoing it. Life is full of ebbs and flows, and it's okay to take time out to recharge and take care of yourself before life's next big adventure. Sometimes we can try and do a bit too much when a bit of rest is all we need. Amen. A little tonic or some self-care can instantly uplift you and add some much-needed magic to your life. It says, you take your life in your hands when concocting this particular potion. Alchemists have collected ingredients from the far reaches and risked their lives to brew them. Use it wisely, for it is rare and hard to procure, but worth its weight in gold. One drop extends a life for one day, a whole bottle, and you'll live for an eternity. Cosmic consciousness, y'all. This full moon eclipse is ushering in just a whole new level for humanity of cosmic consciousness. That's exciting. All right, so here we are. We're getting another tarot. We're getting another tarot card. So let's care. We got X earlier, or the Wheel of Fortune, card 10 of the major arcana in the tarot. But let's clarify. Okay, we will use that card. Okay, so okay, so this is going to be a cryptic message. This is a cryptic message from the tarot, but all right, so we got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is dark alchemy. All right, I don't know. This is just a cryptic message from the tarot. Sometimes the tarot is very cryptic. It says dark alchemy. All right, and just says judgment day for any dark alchemy that's been going on. Okay, you'll know, or you might not know. That's a very cryptic message. So just tap into that. That's a deep message right there. So tap into that deeply. Like meditate on it. Do some Kabbalah. Like I remember. Oh yeah, I have to finish telling the story of making the grown man cry. Okay, so anyway, we were doing the tarot reading by the picnic table, and I think he thought it was gonna be I think he thought it was like, because people, just because of how beautiful I am, people often they don't understand. A lot of times they grossly underestimate me. They grossly underestimate my intellect, my power, and my depth. And so anyway. And this guy was a total nice guy, a kind, I think he was probably suffering from nice guy syndrome, which just, if you don't know what that is, just find some YouTube videos, like look it up. There's a lot about nice guys and what's really going on behind the nice guy syndrome. But anyway, so he wanted to do a reading on, okay, so this is just a quick romantic message. So if you are really, all right, so if the person you're interested in is really looking for a mature person to be with, your union will be favorable and lasting. However, a certain level of self-consciousness may always be present between you two, no matter how long you are together. There is a lot of loyalty between you two and a feeling of responsibility for each other. So anyway, all right, so let me just try to tell this. So he wanted to do a reading on his ex-wife, the mother of his children, mother of his daughters. And so I did, and the devil card upright that was the card that came out for him. And he started crying, he started bawling, he just saw the card and he started crying, he started bawling. So and I talked to him about it and I coached him through it. But I'm just saying, he never talked to me again. I mean, I'm saying like, so that's why I specialize in making grown men cry, okay? Because just the beautiful woman, but also how deep, dark, dangerous, smart, powerful I am. I'm really a very powerful healer, okay? So, enter at your own risk. I specialize in making grown men cry. So, I think I'm going to update my LinkedIn, actually. I'm going to update my LinkedIn. Okay, so here we go. So let's get another tarot card here. Let's clarify that cryptic message of the dark alchemy and judgment. Judgment Day. All right, let's clarify that. Oh my God, a card popped out magically. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune again. All right, X. That's right, I'm going live on X. Lame ass YouTube, totally uncool, unhip, unpopular YouTube banned me. Okay, and I guess what I found a lawyer. So because I know I was being hacked and maligned by a psychopath from my past, who I'd forgotten about. I'd actually forgotten about this person because it was that long ago, and he anyway, then he started like creeping. As I said, I'm in AA. I have a home group Zoom meeting. I posted one thing about it on Instagram once, and he creeped in. He was like creeping in on the meeting that very night. And ironically, the speaker was talking about all the women that he'd abused and mistreated. Well, that was actually the speaker talk that night. Anyway, so he was creeping on me. Anyway, and I forgot, and then I realized, oh God, and then he's like freaking hacking me. Anyway, so I found a lawyer. All right, but we have X, so the Wheel of Fortune came out again. So here we are. Here I am on X now, doing my live stream. That's okay. Like I said, Elon Musk, I'm grateful for you. You know, one of the reasons I was so hard on you as a coach / teacher is because I see a lot of me in you. And I've been where you've been a long time ago. But I just was, sometimes we get a hard-ass teacher in our life, okay? And the reason they're so hard on us is because they know that they're the one who has to push us to the edge of what we think we can do, and and then we survive it, we live through that, and then we become stronger. Okay. All right. So, all right, we got the Wheel of Fortune twice. The tarot is speaking strongly to us. Okay, but I still feel like it's a bit of a cryptic message. So if I could, this is the last tarot deck of the day, so if we could please clarify the cryptic message of the dark alchemy and the Judgment Day. Well, just the dark alchemy. Okay, so we got the Eight of Pentacles reversed just came up again. Just know that there was some people worked very hard. If you're identifying with this message and you're identifying with me, there are people who have worked very hard, or a specific person to shut you up, shut you down, get you down for the count, handicap you. There are people who tried very, very hard to do this to you, okay? And guess what? The divine intervention has stepped in, and they're getting judgment called, okay, upon them. So, all dark alchemists, beware, get your protection up, okay? Now is the time, there's a line that goes, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, okay? If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Don't do the crime unless you can do the time, all right? There's a very specific message there. All right, so let's see. What is a message coming through today for me and the collective through this oracle, which I just got? Okay, that's too many. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. What is the message? Floating in the storm. Okay, this one came up yesterday. I like this card. So just a storm. If we're in the storm, we're just floating through it. Okay, we're in the storm. We're just floating through it. How do you like that movement? I like that. We're in the storm. We're just floating through it. All right. Just get your body moving. Remember that message from the alchemy deck, the elixir of life. Get your body moving. Get your body moving and grooving. Woo! Get your body moving and grooving. Float through that storm. That's what I'm doing. I love to dance, and I love to do yoga. Those are my, that's how I float through storms. Dancing and yoga, and also by doing this. Well, just doing what I'm doing now, too. Doing live streams and just, shining. Oh my God, this card has come out so much. Okay. Okay. This is like the big theme of this week. This is the big theme. We have Alexander McQueen, okay? F you. Fit should be as exact as your attitude. Escape the expected, all right? That's the big theme of this full moon, okay? Alexander McQueen, look at him. Who are my Alexander McQueen fans? You know, just drop it in the comments. Give me a love. Give me a share. Okay. All right. So Alexander McQueen was a really great fashion designer, but I think I actually heard, he died of drugs. He died of. I heard that yesterday. Someone was in an AA meeting and someone was talking about Alexander McQueen. The letter card flipped over, the crossroads and the lady flipped over. But let's see, what's just one card from the mystical Lenormand? What's one card from the mystical Lenormand that came up for just a theme for this full moon day? This epic full moon, resurrection, rebirth, universal love day. You know, I feel like universal love is being birthed and rebirthed into the collective consciousness, and people are really stepping up. We're learning how to honor our own nude bodies and to honor the nude bodies of others. That's a big thing. We're ending human trafficking, sex trafficking especially. Oh, the heart came up. That just corroborates and backs up what I was just saying. Okay. All right. So now let's see. Okay. Let's see. Italian folk cards of destiny. What about this cryptic message? This message from the crypt. The message of the crypt. The message of the crypt about this dark alchemy and Judgment Day. And the Wheel of Fortune twice. Come on, shed some more light on this the message of the crypt. Okay. Ooh, okay. We have the Knave of Hearts. Oh, he looks like a sweetheart. Oh, so if you're watching this, I just want you to know the sweetheart relationship is coming into your life. Okay. So we have Knave of Hearts. Says, if a veil of sadness tinges your expression, be strong. Moments of joy will come in due course. Continue to persevere palpably, relentlessly. You will be rewarded for your courage. Well, that's a specific message for me if I ever heard one. That is a specific message for me if I ever heard one. You know, here I am after being banned. Okay, I know how I'm going to end out the reading. There's a poem that helps me get through hard times like this and helps me persevere that I wrote down. It's 4 verses long. I just wrote down the first 3 verses. I'll read those at the end, okay? So the Destiny Portal. Destiny Portal, what do we need? What does the collective energy and myself need to know for this full moon day? What does it need to know? You know, I am so honored that, I am now seen collectively as powerful enough that they need to ban me. But just also that they thought that they were going to get to me. All right, so what do we need to know collectively? Maiden Moon. I am shockingly resilient and resourceful. I am a shockingly resilient and resourceful human being, okay? I am very strong. People, like I said, people either vastly underestimate me or they try to handicap me. Which if they realize how powerful and strong I am, they're like, oh my God, we have to handicap y'all. Oh my God, we have to handicap y'all. You're too strong. You love yourself too much. You know, to quote Audre Lorde, loving yourself, self-love is an act of political warfare. It really is, okay? So what is the message of Maiden Moon? I always forget this one. It says, Oracle message. It says, whatever you are thinking of doing, pay attention to when you plan on doing it. The matter at hand is particularly sensitive to timing. This may be either lunar timing or circumstantial timing. Whichever it is, do pick carefully in order to assure the best possible success. Okay, all right, so that just means, that's a very clear, specific message. I like that, though. It's time to get really organized. Time to get super organized, guys. Time to get super organized. Here you go, I send you the energy of super organization. Time to get organized, yo. Time to get organized, y'all. Okay. All right. Time to get into super planning. Time to have like your 5 different calendars. See, that's what I do. I have like 5 different calendars. I know, I'm scary. I'm freaky. It's a little freaky. How? I know. Because I have cosmic understanding. I have cosmic knowledge. I have deep knowledge, as I think they call it in academia. I possess deep knowledge. All right. So what is the message from the symbolone? This is going to be, that one just flipped right over. Okay. But then that one, okay. Well, I just got a specific message from the symbolone that people are fighting over a woman. I mean, what else is new? Especially, and just on a greater level, like collectively as humanity, like the fight to control women's bodies, guys, it's no joke. And you know what? A woman has sovereignty over her own body, okay? That's the truth. So you might as well, stop fighting to control the bodies of women, okay? Women have sovereignty over, each individual woman has sovereignty over her own body. That is the truth, okay? So, but there are people fighting over the control of the body of a woman. And you want to know why they do that? It's because they don't feel good enough. They don't feel good enough for that woman, okay? So they feel like they have to control her. It's really messed up, okay? It's a psychological sickness, all right? But, we have arrows coming up on the bottom. That's what we want to do instead. We want to love. Instead of controlling women's bodies, we want to love women's bodies, okay? So if you're listening to this, if you're a man fighting to control a woman's body, just replace the control with love. Start practicing loving women's bodies, all right? Okay, let me read this poem, and then we're out. It says, okay, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it, on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on! All right, that's If by Rudyard Kipling, first 3 verses. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.